So in any case, yeah, it's the mind. Enlightened beings do exist. Higher states of mind do exist. Multifaceted methods of benefiting people do exist. And there are people out there who have that ability to help skillfully. Skillful not in your definition, in an ultimate plane, on a wider sphere of skillfulness. Because when a person who is attained helps you, they don't help you just here. Immediately here doesn't look like they're helping you, but they help you here. And that's very important to remember. Very, very important. So what happens is these states of mind are definitely possible, and we can attain them. You and I all can become Buddhas. Just think, if all of us become a Buddha, we're going to have a lot of altars here with all of our statues. No one's going to make offerings to us. No candles. So we're going to need one or two of you schmucks down here to make offering candles to us, right? So let's pick two schmucks who will never be enlightened. Oh, I'm going to have to add 2 digits to that one, but never mind. So just think, we'll leave 2 people here running around samsara making offerings to us. Otherwise, once we become Buddhas, who's going to light the candle, offer us fruits, all that? Who's going to pray to us? I mean, what's the point of being Buddha when nobody worships you? I know it sounds like ego trip, but that's part of the package of the benefits, right? Package benefits? I think so. I want to be a Buddha and people worship me, give me katas and a lot of money and say I'm fabulous, and I just sit there and smile. Isn't that wonderful? I want to be a Buddha. So just think all of us on an altar. Imagine they painted you in tanka form, or some of you would be like, wait, let me lose some weight. When they paint a portrait, this is a tanka, Tibetan Buddhist painting. So imagine when they're painting tankas of you, you say, wait, let me lose some weight. And then they charge you more because they need a bigger canvas and more paint. It's horrible. No, because I had a friend who went to Nepal with me and they wanted to paint a tanka of me. I know, it's silly. Anyways, I told the tanka painter in there, I said, don't make me fat. Because, Tibetans like their lamas fat. And even if not fat, they like to paint it more fat because it's considered growth, auspicious. It's not a prosperity thing, it's a spiritual growth. It's more spiritual. So my friend was very sneaky. After I left the tanka shop, I went over there, I went over there to have, breathe some secondhand smoke in Kathmandu. It was fabulous, I loved it. And all the carbon monoxide and dioxide coming out of the taxis. Anyway, I breathed that and I was high and happy. And my friend went back inside and he told the tanka painter, make sure you make it more fat, huh? He said, but. I said, no, he's just playing with you, make it fat. When the tanka came back, oh my God. I look like a sumo wrestler. I don't use that tanka, I use that picture anymore. I like everything around it except for me because I look really cute. I look like a sumo wrestler. I look like a Tibetan sumo wrestler. It was horrible. I didn't speak to that guy for a few weeks because I hate you. He said, but it's better what? Chinese like that Tibetan? I said, I'm not Chinese. He said, but they're Tibetan. Half. Anyways, the point is, just think if we all become Buddhas. It's going to be a pretty crowded altar, huh? So, the message here is very simple. The message here is you and I and Buddha Shakyamuni all started out the same. While we were at the beach getting skin cancer 2,500 years ago, Buddha Shakyamuni was meditating and practicing. And he became a Buddha, and we're still running around in samsara looking for help. So we don't want to let another 2,500 years pass, and then you're going to see me on the altar, and then my statue's going to come alive and say, because I'm going to get enlightened in the next 2,500 years. I'm not going to wait anymore. I'm getting tired of just taking rebirth, coming back, going, I hate it. You get all wrinkled and old. And sorry, I mean, it's a fact of life. And then plastic surgery doesn't help. And then, it's horrible. You look like a walking dead, and then you drop dead. And when you drop dead, people holding your hands, you can't feel it. You lose all your money, you lose all your clothes. Everybody, before you even drop dead, you hear people, who gets this, who gets that, who's going to get that, who's going to get this. Mommy, can I have your jewelry? Daddy, can I have your watch? Can I have this house? And before you even drop dead, they're already fighting about your property. And they manipulate you, try to sign this, sign that, do this, do that. They're nice. They're very nice to you when you're dying, very nice. In fact, they help you to die. Go in peace, go. Your relatives are here to take you. Go. You don't see anybody. They say, but your relatives here. Go. You're like, but I want to live. They know you'll be happier on the other side. You're like, what? I mean, don't you see that? Everybody's very nice to you when you're dying or you're very sick, you have something terminal. They're very nice. They're very compassionate. All these people become living bodhisattvas. They're all Avalokitesvaras surrounding you. And then, your beautiful house is going to be lived by someone else. All the things you're particular about in your house, you scream at people, you want this clean, you want that done, everything is gone. Why? They can do what they want, and all the things you don't like. So all the things you've been attached about, screaming about, you're not happy about in the house, they're going to be doing it for the rest of eternity to your house, They turn you in your grave, right? They're not cremated. And then your clothes, they're going to take your fabulous clothes, the ones that make you look thin and V-shaped. The ones that make you look fat, please take it, I offer it to you. I got a lot of fat and thin clothes. The fat clothes I keep on the side. Stay away from whites. It's a Tibetan Lama's advice. Today the message is stay away from whites. Okay. They're going to take your money, all your money. Look at Tutankhamen. He can take anything. Everything is stolen. They can even keep it in the country, never mind with him. All the great kings and all the great ministers, the great Maharajas of India, the great kings of China. I mean, those are the big cultures: Persia, China, Greece, India. Those are the biggies. For all this time, India, China, Persia, and was it Greece? Wow, big. Where are those people? Where are those wealthy people? What happened to their things? So what makes you think you're going to keep anything when you drop dead? And all your clothes, all your wealth, all your jewelry, they're going to fight about your properties. If you're rich, you have properties. Let me tell you something with the deepest respect, and I don't mean any offense, really I don't. For people who have a lot of properties to leave behind, you create a lot of unhappiness and suffering for a lot of people. Why? They're going to fight. The siblings are going to fight, and it's going to be really ugly. I've heard it 1,000 times because I counsel people. And people who lose their wealth before they die, they suffer tremendously. People who gain wealth, if they were not wealthy, they suffer tremendously because they don't know how to handle it. They're not bad people. It's just, So my point is, everything will be taken away. You can't even take one single piece of hair on your head. Not one, except Jivan doesn't have any hair. But anyways, you can't even take one single piece of hair on your head when you die. You can't even, nothing. And there are stages of death, which I'll talk about in the future. Step by step, where you see this dissolves, this element dissolves, this faculty dissolves, the eye dissolves, this aggregate dissolves. Step by step, there's a death process when it's not an accidental death. And even you reach the point where your earth element dissolves. You'll feel the earth have this kind of sinking feeling. You feel sinking. That's your earth element dissolving. And even your best friend, your lover, your whatever, your soulmate, your somebody you picked up, I don't know, holding your hands next to you. You won't even be able to feel their hands. And then your ear element will dissolve. And then you won't even be able to see them. Then you can't taste, your mouth dries up. And you will go through the stages of death. Very clearly Buddha described, step by step. Dissolution of the body elements. And you know what? The last thing you hear is people bickering, who gets what, who gets this, who gets that, fighting, and you're just worried. And the sum of your life is that? It has to be more. It has to be more. It can be that and much more. So what happens is, that is something that's going to happen to all of us. Everybody in this room, and I like this because this example was given to me many years ago. Everybody in this room, within 70 years, will be dead. Everyone. Just look around you. Everybody within 70 years. I don't say you're going to live up to 70. Some 10 years, another 5 years, 3 or 4. Everybody in this room, 7 years, you're dead. The memory of you is gone. Your name is gone. Nobody cares. You're going to be buried somewhere in the ground. The feng shui wrong, they dig you up and bury somewhere else. Whatever this is made for you. Cost you a couple 100,000 ringgits, never mind. The feng shui master has got to live and make a living what? I don't think they'll do that. Some people, you're very wrong, I mean, they can't say no, they're dead one. Their relatives pay me, we dig it out. It's fabulous, I love it. I'm not saying that's wrong. Maybe for some traditions, if you do that, the family's happy, so you do that for that reason. You don't do it because your lineage is finished because they're very wrong. Come on! What about all your other ancestors, not your grandmother, grandfather, their father, where are they buried? Why haven't they wrong? You're going to dig them out of the dust, I don't know, back to dust we come from, right? So maybe you collect every grain of dust on this planet and replant it somewhere on another planet? Correct? No, it doesn't make sense. But traditionally, we should not give up. Chinese have a very strong tradition. It's very beautiful. I'm not criticizing, I'm giving you logic. We should follow tradition because it makes the mind happy. There are people attached to that? Okay, no problem. You got the money, you want to dig it up? Give it to me, I'll dig it up, I'll move for you. Just get the license for me. No problem. 200,000, dig out someone and rebury yourself. I'll do it, man. This is easier than this. I don't even don't make any money. Look what I get tonight. You got probably $5 a year. They got easier, what? One night, 200K. Think about that. 200,000 ringgit. The first thing I do is get a nutritionist and I go to a health spa. Get my colon cleaned out, not that it's dirty. And of course, and right after that, I go to Star Hill and I don't know, go to one of those tired little boring labeled shops and buy something. Not that I'm attached to it, but I thought, the image counts. Anyways, think about everything's left behind. Everything. You can't keep one thing. Isn't that horrible? Even your name, even what you like, people don't remember anymore. Think about your grandmother, your great-grandmother, great-grandmother, great-mother, all of them. We don't even know what they liked anymore. We don't know what even they look like. Nothing. What difference does it make now? If you're happy about this, you're not happy about this, you get angry about this person did this to you, you did that to them, they said this to you, they did that to you 10 years ago, they did to you last week. Who cares? Who cares about all that? It doesn't really matter. If you drop dead tonight, none of that matters. What matters is what you experience at death and where you're going to go. That's what matters. Who cares? So your lover, your wife, your husband, your whatever is a monster. Monster. Why? Because tonight it doesn't matter if you're going to die. And how do you know you're not going to die? We make all these plans. How do you know? And I hate, no offense to any of you, that's a reality that is inherent in all of us. If I say, hey, you smoke, you get cancer. Betty Davis smoked, 2 packs a day and she lived to 81. You say, okay, you win. Smoke is your karma. But death, no escape. Some people live to 108, some people live to 28. No escape. So when you die, what have you done with your life? What have you accomplished? So you make, okay, I have 4 surviving kids, and I have great house. Who cares? Animals can make kids. Have you seen puppies? Is that incredible? I mean, dogs can make kids. Puppies are cute. So you make kids. What's the big deal? You want us to give you a standing ovation, the award of the year? He made a kid. What's the big deal? So you're great at cooking. What are you going to do in the afterlife? You're going to cook for the gods? Bribe them into heaven? It doesn't work. But if you were kind, and you were forgiving, and you let go, and you let other people win, I'm not talking on that way, then it will be influence everybody around you. If you have kids, they'll grow up like that, and their lives will be happier due to you and your influence. If you're generous, you're not calculative, then you'll have many friends. And they will speak good words about you, and it will influence other people. How does that help you? It doesn't, but it helps everybody else. Leave a legacy behind. And if you were not anchorsome, you touched many people's lives. You changed many people's lives. You changed people's destiny. We can change people's destiny. We can change our own destiny. That can all happen. And when you close your eyes, listen carefully. There is a next life. You will go through the death process. Simply because you cannot perceive it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Non-perception of a phenomenon does not negate its existence, it says in the scriptures. Non-perception of a phenomenon, due to the lack of the aggregates supporting its perception, does not negate its existence. Very logical. So therefore, 200 years ago, the world was flat. Now we find out it's round. But 200 years before, and all those 1,000 years, everybody said it's flat. What happened? Because they don't have the aggregates, they don't have the perception, they don't have the instruments, equipment to gauge truth of the world. That it was round. Similarly, 200 years later, what will we discover within our own minds? Nothing will not have been discovered that Buddha has not discovered in his mind. Buddha is not just this fella here. Buddhas appear all over the world. Buddhas appear as holy people all over the world in all colors and all races to spread the message of enlightenment. So this is not the only Buddha. So if you say, oh, I'm a Christian, I praise Jesus, and is that all right? Sure, it's all right. Listen to what Jesus Christ said. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. Buddhas and enlightened beings will manifest everywhere to help. Who knows? Maybe there's a Buddha in this room among us. Let me give you a hint. No, I'm just kidding. You guys think you're so generous. You really give good hints. No, I'm just kidding. I meant over there. No, that's our center's president. So everything will be left behind. Look at you. What do you like? it will be abandoned. What you not like, it will be abandoned. Doesn't matter. That's why the middle way. What you get angry about, who do you get angry about? What does it matter if you die tonight? So if you think that way, see, Buddhist death meditation isn't to make you depressed, it's to wake you up to reality to become happy. Oh yes. Oh yes. If you tell people, hey, you're going to be in Malaysia for the next 1 week, live it up, they're going to run all over the place and have a good time. They're not going to sit there in the house or their hotel room or whatever, watching TV and, playing with their hair. They're going to do everything they can. Similarly, if you have this amount of time to live, which we're not sure, you're going to do everything you can, but good things. Wonderful things. And so therefore, it doesn't matter what you feel. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what you think is right or wrong, or good or bad, fail or success. It doesn't matter when you're dead, when you're dying. What matters is how you reacted to everything that came in your direction during your life. How you reacted back. Why? The action and reaction is gone. But the karma that arises from that is still present. And that's what will determine what happens to us. That will explain the inequality of the world. Why does it explain the inequality? You sow what you reap. That explains a lot of things. Doesn't explain everything, but explains a lot. Inequality. On all levels. People, background, sufferings, all that. If we run around to a little, village somewhere in some island and say, oh, you didn't hear about Buddha and you're going to go to hell. Well, look. There was no opportunity for them to learn about Buddha. Why would they go to hell? We run around somewhere and we're a little missionary and we tell them, oh, you didn't hear about Jesus Christ and take refuge in Jesus and get baptized, you're going to go to hell. Why? What about before year 2006, before Jesus appeared, everybody went to hell? That's so illogical. That is so scare you to death, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in fear. I say, it's okay. If Jesus is that mean, I'm not going to sit down and have a cigar with him. What do I mean by that? That's illogical. So what happens is, when you die, nothing matters. No one matters. So that is the ultimate journey, is to advance through your life, to leave a legacy of happiness, forgiveness, and kindness behind. And to leave a legacy of people that you've touched their lives with something positive. Not a lot of money, not a lot of a reputation and big names. Why? You want to spend your time on a big name, that's wonderful. When you die, it's gone. But if you spend your time on your mind, you can take that with you. So you guys are smart people. Don't you want to invest in something that has better returns? I do. I have fun. I'm not a holy man. But in limits and with control. Not control of guilt. Control of I know that this is not the ultimate way to happiness. I like to dance. I like to sing. I like to go out. I like to walk up and down the street, get whistled at. I like all of that. But I know that that's not what's going to make me happy. But I do that sometimes because I'm a normal person. I believe, yes, I shit too. Sorry. Not in the morning, but in the evenings. And sometimes I take a laxative, but I do too. Buddha had to poop too. Dalai Lama has to poop too. Mother Teresa had to poop too. Where had to poop? That's the body. But the mind is what's important. Your body is just a hotel room you're using for a little while. Just a hotel room. Don't get attached to it. Don't fight for it. Don't make all your life complicated. Your family, your husband, your children, your wife, your lovers. Don't make everything around you so complicated to protect this body. I'll tell you why. It's your biggest traitor. It's the biggest traitor. It betrays you daily. Every time you wash, it gets dirty. Every time you groom, it gets messy. So you also don't not take care of it. You take care of it with an awareness. So I've given you tonight very general. Very general. I can get much more specific because it's very deep. So I think at the time of death, what's most important is how we lived our life. And how we lived our life is not how much money we have, how many kids we have, or what we've done, our reputation, our position, our status, where we live, our car. It's not that. At the time of death, what's important is, can we die confidently? Can we close our eyes confidently? That when we open them again, it would be in a pleasant place. And that's the real fear. And if you don't believe in reincarnation, you believe in God, fine. Fine. If you close your eyes, you want to sit next to God, don't you? Well, being nasty and mean and cheating people and being calculative and being miserly and being angersome is not going to get you in the right hand of God. And if you don't believe in God or Buddha next life, that's fine too, but you see, being like that in this life doesn't get you anywhere either. All three ways you lose. All three ways. And we're not like that. That's not our nature. Do you know why that's not our nature? I'll give you proof right now. You're sitting right here listening, saying, yeah, that makes sense. It's touching something deep inside. I'm not teaching you or showing you or explaining to you from a big throne or something that you don't have. I'm explaining to you something that Lord Buddha has recognized in all of us. The potential to be extremely beneficial. And we can do it. We can do it. So therefore, the message of Lord Buddha, in short, and I'm summarizing 40 years of his career, in short is, have self-esteem based on the fact that with effort, you can improve and become better. Rejoice in the good actions that you have done and increase it. Recognize the faults that you have and work on it. And when you make a mistake, get up and try again. And when we do that, respect for people and cultures and religion all arise in our minds. Acceptance of people, acceptance of how they should be, and we come out of our box. Wisdom arises. You know what's wisdom? Wisdom is not knowledge alone. Wisdom is knowing the right thing to do that benefits many beings. Wisdom arises. And the most beautiful thing that arises in your mind, the most beautiful is compassion. Your mind will abide in a state of compassion. And that state is what? Is not running around feeding the poor. Is not taking care of old people. Compassion is a state of mind where you have no motivation to bring any harm to anyone. And that state is possible. Any glimpses of that state already brings great peace and happiness. It's definitely possible. And that's what we want to achieve. So whether you believe in next life or not, never mind. Believe in this life. Believe in this life. Oh, don't think, oh, I'm 120 years old, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can still make a difference. Definitely you can. Don't give up hope. Hope is very important. Hope based on logic, not hope based on stupidity. Oh, I can walk on water. I hope for that. Go try it. Let me know. I'll send some people to take some pictures of you falling into the water. I can walk on water too with computer graphics. Why make so much effort? No problem. I know some Buddhist masters, I hate to say it, I don't know them personally, that they do that and they tell everybody they walk on water. I'm like, oh, okay. So, forgive those that harm you and let go. And find peace and create peace in their minds and in your mind. Accept people as they are. Because everybody has their own karma and many lifetimes of what they've done to create what they are. So it might be difficult for some people. Accept. And if you can't forgive and accept immediately, don't hold a grudge. Work on it to become less. Be generous with people around you. Be fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Keep it. Because people get destroyed by broken commitments and promises. Keep it. And when you meet anyone, anywhere, this is your Bible. This is the Bible of a good human being who believes in God, Buddha, themselves, nothing, but they believe in this life. It's those 8 verses written on the right side of the main entrance. It starts with, whenever I associate with myself with others, I think myself the lowest among all, and hold others free from death my heart. If we hold those 8 verses to our heart and we practice those, you will see a humongous difference in your mind, in your environment. I promise you, your home situation, your health situation, your friendship situation, everything around you will change. You know why it changed? Because you made a change. Do you know why you can make a change? Because you've been given a method that is foolproof by Buddha. Remember, the Buddha didn't save you, you saved yourself. He just taught you a method that he tried and it worked. And in life, everything we know is taught by someone else by example. The Japanese monkeys that live along the shore, the scientists observed 30, 40 years ago, they didn't wash the things that they ate. Now when they go back and observe them, according to Discovery Channel, they wash everything because one monkey discovered if you wash the dirt off, it's easier and more pleasant to eat. So the other monkeys wash and everybody learns. So now it's an in thing for the monkeys in the seas of Japan. The ones that live along the north, they all wash the things before they eat. Yeah, you can watch. It's quite cute. And that's the same with us. We watch. We learn. That's how we learned everything. So Buddha can be our teacher too. He can teach us more than a monkey washing its food. And then you'll see change. Then the miracle will happen. Your mind will be light. You'll make everybody happy around you. And your presence and your mind and your voice and your sound and your presence and your appearance will bring happiness to people's minds. And then, along with that, when you engage in meditation such as Lama Tsongkhapa, you will accelerate your transformation. Your transformation from within will definitely accelerate. And you will see difference. Very much. Very, very much. That's the message tonight. Now I will engage in a very profound puja. Puja is a ritual. And usually in the monasteries we all do this. It's a puja to Lama Tsongkhapa. It's called Guru Puja. I will lead the chanting tonight, and some parts will extend and some parts will make short. Those who are fortunate enough to be in the puja, I want you to think about this. During the puja, I want you can rest. And then you can, stretch yourselves too. During the puja, I want you to think about this. All the good things you've done in your life. And to make yourself happy and rejoice. All the good things you've done. And some of the negative things you've done, because the negative things we've done are much less, but it's there. We think about it carefully and think how it arose. We combine that with a very powerful mantra. If you know the long form, it's very good. If you don't know the long form, short form is just as effective. The short form would be Om Arabasanati. Om Arabasanati. This is a mantra that opens up the wind energies in your body to perceive, to see, and to directly understand. It's very powerful. Om Arabasanati. If you know the long form, maybe it's a meditation chant, that's also very good. And if you need to go to the toilet, it's fine. But I stated 18 benefits for this puja for people who participate regularly. And I don't make it open. Usually it's only people who are initiated. But I decided to make it open from time to time because being in the presence of the puja, you will be blessed. Purifies negative karma. Chases away negative energy. It calms the mind. It's very healing. It's one of the most healing pujas for our body. And during the puja, the people who engage in the puja are people who have been initiated into certain practices. And this puja is a commitment to be done every 2 weeks. It's an offering to the Buddhas, as you see in the front, to dedicate for the happiness of people, to dedicate for their spiritual growth and success. It purifies the energies, chases away negative influences, and temporarily calms your mind down so that you can engage in deeper thoughts. And then when you calm yourself more and more, you engage in more deeper thoughts. The deeper thoughts become more habitual and stronger and overwhelms the other thoughts. That's the secret. And then if we have any physical ailments, if we have any physical problems with our body, sitting in the puja and having the sound of it reverberate is very, very powerful. It's very healing also. And it's all chanted in Tibetan, but the language of love and the language of forgiveness is universal. And also in the puja, we make confessions. Confessions of negativities or transgressions we have done that stops us from advancing more spiritually and helping others. So it's very powerful. Every 2 weeks we have this here. It's closed for the public. But every once in a while I'll have SMS sent out to everyone that you may attend. And when you attend, what you do, you bring your bodies here. And you sit and you relax. And you recite the healing mantra. Long one, if you can, is very excellent because it invokes 3 different types of energies within your body. If you find it difficult to remember, immediately do the short one. It's very, very powerful. And so therefore, you don't have to sit in certain positions. You stretch out your legs, be comfortable. You don't have to be some yogis from the Himalayas. None of you are yogis. None of you meditate in the Himalayas. All of you have been sitting on chairs most of your life. All of a sudden you got to squat on the floor. It's not easy. Not easy at all. Some of you look like pigeons on it, on a perch. Trust me, when I went to the monastery, my legs were killing me for years. It took me 2-3 years before I could sit like this. Not that that's a great accomplishment, but anyways, I can fit in better over there, right? Can you see me in the middle of puja, 3,000 monks? Excuse me, can I have a chair? No, not over there. Here, Ken. So when we do this puja, you think about, and why? Because pujas are not something just you recite, something you have to think about. So think about all the wonderful things in your life that you've done for other people. All right? Other people. And rejoice. It's very powerful. This boosts self-esteem. And think about all the things that you have done that maybe that was not so pleasant, that you're not very proud of. And think, I regret and I want to do something else about it. Not get into a self-depressive guilt. No. To recognize good and bad. And then combine it with a powerful mantra, the long mantra or the short mantra. Doesn't really matter. And then we'll be finished in about 45 minutes of healing and prayer. It's very, very nice. You see, if we're at home, what will we do? Sit in front of TV, have a potato chip, and that's it. How useful is that for us tomorrow morning? I'm not trying to bribe you. I'm telling you the truth. You've done what you've been doing your whole life. What result did it bring you? What result did it bring me? Maybe it's time to look for something else, something deeper, something more than just eating and sleeping and defecating. We call it Dusun Sheba. Because there was a monk who was famous for eating, sleeping, and defecating, so they thought. But he was actually meditating at the night. Okay? So, doing this puja, Om Ara Vasa Nadi. It's very, very powerful. Anybody read Tibetan? I write for you in Tibetan? No. It's more mystical looking, and you can make it a tattoo, but I've seen people put tattoos of mantras on some of my friends. Oops, I'm going to make it bigger. This is the healing mantra. Can everybody see? Om Arabhasa Nadi. Tonight, I didn't want to invite all of you just sit here and listen to us chant and do prayers and ring bells. I want to give you a Dharma talk. I want to give you some knowledge. I want to give you some explanation. Because sitting here, you listen to pujas, get a little blessing, you leave, it's no point. I want you to actually get knowledge. And that's why I took more time in explaining a little bit about Buddhist philosophy to all of you instead of spending more time on doing rituals. Rituals are powerful if you understand them. If you don't understand them, there's a lot of noise for some people. So therefore, all of you have made an effort to come and sat here after a long day. So out of respect for that, then I give you a Dharma talk. And a Dharma talk is to give you some truth, some explanation, some light that you can understand. So we can conclude it. We can conclude it with a beautiful puja. Think about all the things you've done in your life that's good, and few things that you didn't do that's good. And please also include in your meditations all the people that's been very kind to you in your life. Every person that's been very kind to you. At this time for the next 45 minutes, please remember their kindness and pray for them. Pray to Tsongkhapa, pray to Buddha, pray to Jesus, pray to God, pray to anything. And whatever you like, doesn't matter. Pray to them and think, may they have happiness and peace. If they have passed away, same. Pray for them. Develop that type of mind. It starts. Be very, very powerful like that, alright? Om Ara Vasa Nadi. Om Ara Vasa Nadi. And people who want to engage in this practice more in depth at home, let me just show you real quick. You pull the rosary toward the rosary is just a rosary, just counters, nothing more. Alright? But the sandalwood would be very good. Crystal is very good. And Bodhi seeds are very good. Plastic ones are not recommended because these kind of materials have a special energy that help you during your meditations. Alright? So you pull it towards you. In this case, you use your right hand on your first finger towards your heart. You pull it towards you. So you recite Om Arabhasa Nadi, 1. Om Arabhasa Nadi, Om Arabhasa Nadi, Om Arabhasa Nadi. You have to recite it loud so everybody knows you're a great meditator. Quietly. Depends on what. If you are in a place that's convenient, you recite it slightly that people can hear, that you can hear yourself, because that also has healing properties. If you're in a place that's not convenient, quietly, because doing meditation practice is not about impressing others; it's about transforming yourself. So you recite Om Arabhasa Nadi, Om Arabhasa Nadi, Om Arabhasa Nadi, Om Arabhasa Nadi, Om Arabhasa Nadi. Speed up to you. So let's say you get to the end of it. When you get to the end of it, all right, very important is you draw your breath. You can do a little more advanced. You can draw your breath. You can feel your body's winds and energies from the bottom of your toes to the top of your head. Draw forth into your central energy channel. And then, when you draw that energy, you hold it and you recite Om Adavasa Nadi. Om Adavasa Nadi. Then the last syllable, D, is you recite 100 times straight on one breath. You can't do that immediately, but with practice you can. So the first time you might have to hold your breath a few times and then do it again, do a few times again. Why? That last syllable, when you recite it in conjunction with the other syllables together, it will increase one's memory, increase one's capacity to gauge and to see and to penetrate. This is the mantra that gives you intellectual perfection. It's very powerful. And this mantra has many properties, has protective properties. Lama Tsongkhapa also protects. He has wrathful and fierce forms that protect from accidents and dangers. Healing forms. Many, many types that you invoke upon. And like I said, you don't have to confirm yourself to be anything. Powerful energy is there for anyone to tap into. You don't have to run around, oh, I'm a Buddhist and therefore, da-da-da. No, nothing like that. So it's Om Adavasa Nadi, Om Adavasa Nadi. When you get to the end, when you get your mala, please make a nice one. Please put some money to put into a good one because it's for your practice, it's for your energy. Alright? Om Adavasa Nadi, Om Adavasa Nadi, Om Adavasa Nadi, Om Adavasa Nadi, Om Adavasa Nadi. Hold your breath, draw your winds. Om Adavasa Nadi. Swallow. It's very, very powerful for moving the winds in your body, for improving one's memory, one's intellectual capacity. It works. Trust me, it works. Very, very powerful. And excellent for kids. Excellent. So, if you're going to do it longer, you can do 2 rounds, 3 rounds, 4 rounds, Om Adavasa Nadi. At the conclusion of your rounds, listen carefully, at the conclusion of your rounds, then you do the 100 DDDDs. So for new people, you don't hold your breath because we don't want to have to call ambulance. Something like, oh my God. Not taking the Pentai hospital. No. So for you new people, don't try to be a big yogi from the Himalayas. You go, it's okay. You practice. It'll become better. So like I said, I don't want to call the ambulance for any of you guys, the Red Crescent, and then come here, take you away, and say, what happened? What kind of meditation session is this? So you practice, right? Nobody's overnight success here, but it's very powerful. So sometimes you can do 3 rounds, 4 rounds. Let me tell you, it's excellent for anyone. But if you have kids, you really want to help them. This is fabulous. Encourage them. Om Adavasa Nadi, Om Adavasa Nadi, Om Adavasa Nadi, Om Adavasa Nadi, Om Adavasa Nadi. So let's say you did 10 rounds of Om Adavasa Nadi because you had a free day and you want to reward yourself. Om Adavasa Nadi, Om Adavasa. At the end of it, Om Adavasa Nadi, 108 times. All right? And if you're in the creative fields, if you're an artist, graphic designer, writer, anything in the creative fields, this mantra is very much used for the last 25 years by creative people designing whatever for improving and getting inspiration. It's very powerful. This mantra is related to the Buddha of intellectual perfection, arts, science, learning, all. So people in the creative fields, this is an excellent mantra to focus on and to do. Excellent. You do it over a period of time. And sometimes you get brain stuck on something, you just take a deep breath and relax and do this mantra. A couple of rounds. It's quite helpful. When I was very young in school, when I forget things, I'll do this mantra, just relax, I can remember it. It happened to me. It's not a miracle. Your mind's relaxed, the winds come. So what happens is it's scientific also. It's not something only mystical. But on top of that, because it is a mantra is words that are the essence of a particular Buddha. The particular Buddha's manifestation in the form of words and sound. And sound is very powerful. Very, very, very powerful. Even animals can feel it. Animals can feel the sound. So what happens is it's very powerful. For people in the creative fields, it's wonderful. You're a makeup artist, you're a graphic artist, whatever, you're a culinary chef, you run out of ideas how to cook. Om Adavasa Nadi. Om Adavasa Nadi. You're walking up and down Bukit Bintang. Om Adavasa Nadi. You're driving along, taking the LRT, Omara Vaznavi. You need to draw something on the computer, you're stuck, and you gotta make it, Omara Vaznavi. If you're scared, Omara Vaznavi. You have scary situations, or you're walking down the street, parking lot, all of a sudden, 8 guys show up and they're gonna rape you. Omara Vaznavi. Oh, it helps. Protect it. It invokes the protection. Well, definitely. I always have fear of rape. I've got this big thing about rape. Whenever I go to the parking lot, I scream at Omara Vaznavi, Omara Vaznavi, Omara Vaznavi. I got this perpetual rape, fear. I know some of you are looking like delusions of grandeur. I know, never mind. I gotta humor myself too, So anyways, very powerful. And if someone's going away, if someone you miss, or someone's in trouble or in danger, you don't know what to do. Instead of sitting there crying and poor me, and freaking everybody out, in front of Lama Tsongkhapa, recite Om Mala Vasnavi and dedicate it towards them. Think Lama Tsongkhapa is there, in front, and visualize the person in front of Lama Tsongkhapa, under his protection. And then you do the mantra. Send your energy that way. It's better than sitting there worried. It works. Very, very powerful. Very powerful. Why? It's just, there's energies out there to help us, to save us, whatever. You just have to tap into it. But it comes from yourself. So if you dedicate to yourself to Lama Tsongkhapa, let's say that from today on, you say Mai Yidam. Let me give you a very exotic Tibetan word. Mai Yidam is Lama Tsongkhapa. Yi is Tibetan for mind. Dam means to hold. Something that holds your mind. Holds your mind from suffering, holds your mind from danger, holds your mind from negative states. Yidam. And something that holds your mind. That refers to your personal tutelary or personal Buddha. So everybody has an energy. Tonight I feel it's mostly Lama Tsongkhapa. So what happens if you hold Lama Tsongkhapa as your personal Yidam or meditational deity and you engage in the practice? I have teachings out on Lama Tsongkhapa's practice, you can get it. I'll give it in the future too. And I have transcripts out. I think it'll come out in books or something soon. Anyways, transcripts out on the teachings also. And I received it from Captain Rinpoche. And I received it from His Holiness Captain Ling Rinpoche, Dalai Lama's Guru, twice. So 2 times. That's where I'm giving you the lineage where it came from, so it's valid. I didn't make it up myself. Lineage is very important, where it came from, validity. You can't make it up. So this practice is very powerful for that. And if you take Lama Tsongkhapa as your personal deity, you don't have to convert. You don't have to call yourself Buddhist. You don't have to wear anything, change it. Just be yourself. But better. Where did I read that before? I think it's a fitness first shirt, but never mind. Something ridiculous. Be yourself, but better. I was like, never mind. And anyways, you take Lama Tsongkhapa, you can have a beautiful picture of him, framed. You can have a beautiful poster of him, not framed. Up to you. You can stick it up with blue deck. If you're smart, you get a nice statue. Clean it well. Put powerful mantras inside. Ooh, powerful mantras. Isn't that New Age? Don't you love it? Seal it. And then you can set up a nice little simple shrine. Oh, yeah, don't do it the Chinese way, please. Don't. Chinese people are very, very, very careful and they're very respectful. Just relax. You put a Lama Tsongkhapa there, you don't have to put an urn, 3 incense, 2 incense, 1 incense. Forget it. Lama Tsongkhapa is not coming to you to suck your incense. Don't worry about it. And then they ask me, do I offer 1 or 3? I have to offer 1.5. He doesn't care. What do you think? Oh, 3 incense, I'll bless you, 1 incense, no blessing. No, we're not like that. And then, I've gone to people's houses where they have Kuan Yin statues, they don't move for over a decade. I'm not kidding you. I don't go to their house to give in Dharma tea. I go there to clean up their altar because they're scared. So I'm standing on the altar like, because it's stuck. And then the whole area has not been touched. I'm not making fun of them. That's how respectful they are. But I'm telling you a new message. You can touch the Buddha, you can lick the Buddha, you can throw him, you can do anything. He will never get angry. No bad luck comes to anyone. Okay, did everybody Chinese here hear that? Indian too. Indian, very respectful. Very, very respectful. And they put all kind of clothes and make them like Barbie dolls. But anyway, that's their respect. It's beautiful. What's so funny about the story? That's nice. They're laughing. We Tibetans are the greatest. We just make them put some gold on them and make them shine, and that's it. They look like pop stars. Anyways, yeah. So if you have the fortune to get a Lama Tsongkhapa statue, put beautiful mattresses that we can do it for you, and put beautiful chakras. A Lama Tsongkhapa chakra is very powerful. We'll talk about that. Get the teachings and chakras. You listen to you guys. Walk around like a cow with 10 chakras. I promise you. And I don't wear any chakras. You know why? I just go from one of us. Anyways, then you can have a little shrine in somewhere, anywhere. Not the toilet though, anywhere. You can have it in your bedroom. So if you invite your friend over, you want to have bubbly, just cover it, that's all. No problem. I mean, some people only have one room. They have to how, I have bubbly and, I said, it's okay. You think, whether you have a Lama Tsongkhapa statue or not, he can see you having bubbly. They actually are so scared, statue there can see bubbly, no statue cannot see. I said, come on, he's a Buddha. Don't worry, they said, what about I change? Some ladies say, how? I said, trust me, Lama Tsongkhapa is not looking. You change, he's going like that. He's a gentleman. Don't worry about all that. Also, they're Buddha. Their mind is way above us. They don't have conventionality, and right, wrong, this from your heart. If you have one teeny little room, you gotta share with Tsongkhapa, fabulous. Just share it with him. Just say, excuse me, I gotta change. He doesn't get pissed off. He's always happy. He's always happy. He's never upset, never. I've done so many. I walk in front of him naked. I throw bitch fits at him. BS. I complain. I say I'm not making any offerings. No more milk for you today. Nothing. He never gets upset. Nothing at all. This guy is always happy. Some more he smile at you. You're like, oh. And can you help me? Give me money? Can I hit the 4D? Can I find a friend? Can I go out? Please don't get skinny. I ask him all kinds of everything but enlightenment. He never gets upset. Never. He just sits there like. Don't you hate people like that? They make you feel guilty. They make you want to be like them. And so so if you have a beautiful altar, you don't have to set up a special. They say, can I put it together with my Kuan Yin? No, you can't because they'll fight at night at all. Of course you can put it together. You've heard all these things. You can put it together with Kuan Yin. You think Kuan Yin will fight? Maybe at night they'll have bubbly too. Of course they can. Buddhas don't fight. You're teeny, you Chinese people, all these around here, they're not like we Tibetans, big money. They're Chinese, they put a teeny little cup like that, looks like a thimble. And they put down, all these gods are, they're so cute, and there's a little thimble, a little bit of water. Please give me long life, health, happiness, love, my generation, good rebirth, and money, and food, and everything happy, please. And the cup that big! It's not even a brandy or whiskey cup. It's just water, and you want so much from Buddha, one little water on. You look at some of these Chinese altars, I'm not criticizing. So small. And some of them have three gods, Guang Guang, Gung Gung, Guan Yin, Tsongkhapa, Bung Papa, whatever. All these three gods, one little cup, and then the incense is horrible. Chinese people are so funny, they put the incense up, then the aircon blows, some blows, all over Tsongkhapa's face. We Tibetans are smarter, we put it horizontal, flying flat. And someone stop buying this cheap, tired, chemical-made incense with a red handle. Go to Ketara Paradise, Ketara Mystical Treasures, Zambala Mystical Treasures, and Yogini Mystical Treasures, and buy natural Himalayan incense that they go up there to the mountains and come and crush and dry. And so when you smell it, it's like marijuana. You're high and happy. That's chemical stuff. Don't offer the gods chemicals. You don't want to get lung cancer, do you? Go to one of the outlets and buy natural incense. These natural incense are paid from my teacher in Nepal, and the profits go to supporting schools and kids for people in Nepal who need education. Not Tibetans, Nepalese. And medical. And they walk to the mountains and they actually bring this incense and herbs, they bring it down, they dry it in the sun, and it can only be made in one season. And then they crush it and they make it into little incense. And they're really quite effective because they're based on the medical text of Lord Buddha. The incense are made according to the Buddhist scriptures. They're not arbitrarily made. They're very beneficial. Offer that to Lama Tsongkhapa. There's incense for protection, for healing, for clearing the energies. And you know what? These incense are so good. You read instructions, you can actually crush them into powder form, mix it with oil, and do it as massage. That's how natural they are. These are made by my guru, so I dare talk about it. Oh yes, you can crush them and use them as massage oils. Whatever benefits they have from the smell is the same if you rub it in. It depends on your ailment. Couldn't you see yourself? You go to a Chinese home, you're going back there. Guess what? The Tibetan Lama said, you're sitting there crushing incense, rubbing and stuff, your mother goes in, I think we better go to a medium and talk about this. Yeah. You want to offer water. You want to offer beer, Up to you. Tsongkhapa accepts anything from your heart. Why do you make offerings to Tsongkhapa? To make affinity, to make a connection, and to combat stinginess and miserliness. The point of offerings is to combat that on an ultimate level. Very powerful. So can't you see yourself? Oh God, you guys are so new age. Let me give you this visualization to do right now because you're so cool. And all these people need to get to bed by 10 o'clock or 11. See you later. Let them go to sleep. Women sit there and learn meditation. We need sleep. We look great. I mean, we go clubbing. We stay up the whole night. We're not sleepy. What happened today? We're fine. Okay, never mind. So this is what you do. I give you this is you in your little apartment or little house or your little townhouse or your little, double story. I don't know what you guys have. And don't invite me over, please. Unless nothing's for free. It's having much as it anyway. It's been bothering me. I didn't want you to look for the last two. Okay, I'm happy. I was collecting donations to a monastery many years ago. I used to go all over giving teachings and get all these donations. I always grab the big ones. I look inside one ringgit on my own. I'm not complaining. I'm just kidding. And it's those teeny little ones that rip you open, like, and then, of course, they send a monk to the monastery to watch you. I'm like, oh. Because everything I taught has to go to the monastery, which I don't mind. It still does. And anyways, visualize yourself like this. You're New Age. You're wearing white clothes. You're in a calm, cool, white room, nice, Greece, looking over the ocean, and Poseidon sitting there smiling at you. And you're very happy, and you're thin. You're very thin. And you've got great triceps and biceps. And, even Madonna does, so women too can have it. And you look fabulous. And, it's up here. And, but some of the guys, you don't have any hair sticking out, and you walk into your room, and you see this beautiful shrine. It's a shrine, not an altar, alright? And it's Lama Tsongkhapa. Beautiful and gold. And fabulous. And the light streaming in on Lama Tsongkhapa. And in front of Lama Tsongkhapa, there's a little incense burner that purifies the room, that cleans the environment, and it's very healthy because actually, for certain medical treatments, this incense, you take it and you breathe it in because it's very, very healing. Oh yes, I've seen it. And you burn this beautiful incense. Maybe it's payday, you bring a little bit of flour back. Nice flour. Don't try to go to a funeral and steal it off the Tsongkhapa. It ain't gonna work. I've seen people that we take home open. I said, how cheap. The person's dead, you want to take that flour off the Tsongkhapa. People ask me that, can you believe that? Oh my God. I said, wait till you die. So, little bouquet, simple, from your heart. Doesn't have to be 50 million ringgit, just a small, bring home, put a little vase, Ikea, it's cheaper. And you put it in front, and you dedicate that. All the people have been very kind to you. Along someone, can you see yourself? Ding! Oh. The ding! And it just purifies the incense, and you're sitting in front, and you just chant away all your ugliness, and all your, the filth, and all that crap. And afterwards, you feel calm and nice, and you do your meditation. Isn't that fabulous? No Chinese incense, no fears, and then you want to move along, move along. You don't have to wait, what day? What time? Consult the medium, when can I move my statue? Forget it. I'll take turns and tell you. No problem. And you can keep your statue anywhere you like. You can move it as much as you like. You can pray any time during the day or meditate and connect any time during the day. During special events and sometimes when people are suffering or have problems, you focus a little bit more. So I'm sorry if anybody has died, anybody has business problems, anyone who's very sick, you offer a little bit of incense, offer some flowers, maybe a cup of milk, and ask Lama Tsongkhapa's healing energies to go to them. Isn't that a beautiful way to think about someone else? Oh yes. If you hear someone has earthquakes or some horrible places, horrible horrible events in certain places where earthquakes, people die, what can you do? You just sit there in front of CNN and cry. Offer some flowers to Lama Tsongkhapa, dedicate it for them. I know it's not much, but at least it creates awareness in your mind that you're very lucky. And to think about other people who are suffering. It's beautiful. And don't have any kind of superstition about it. You can keep it anywhere, except the toilet. You don't want Lama Tsongkhapa watching you, pass motion to you. And some of us are like, it doesn't sound like a Tibetan longhorn, let me tell you that. I'm telling you this why. This is what my gurus told me, and I'm telling you the truth. And I'm letting you guys let you know that spiritualism is actually very easy. It's not full of laws and all conventions. Let it all go from your heart. Very healing. Someone's birthday, happy Tsongkhapa Day. You're like, what's that? It'll heal you. People who are depressed, wonderful. You want a bulky statue? Never mind. You're lost. Get a nice poster. Connect, because it helps you to visualize. Okay, we're going to do a nice Lama Tsongkhapa Puja now.